We had a client that we worked with, and she was really struggling with profitability. She kept raising tuition. She actually did 3 tuition increases within a 15-month cycle, and she still could not catch up. So I helped her work with our 6 money leaks in schools, and she only used 3 of the 6 money leaks and cut her expenses by 50%. 50. She did not fire anyone, she did not slash any of her programs, and she did not work more hours. Again, the 6 money leaks are not hacks or spreadsheets. These are patterns. They are small decisions that feel so normal that your school does, but they quietly drain your school's profit. So if you've ever wondered why you're working so hard, but still not seeing the return, this is your first step to clarity. Click the link in the show notes and find out what it's actually costing you.
Welcome to the Schools of Excellence podcast, where we have conversations about education, leadership, and building a school of excellence. The goal on this show is to bring you clarity, up-level your mindset, and give you practical strategies and inspiration so you can show up with confidence and trust your decision-making. I'm Chana Wilshansky. I'm a mom of 4 under 10, a former New Yorker, and been in the early childhood field my entire life. And I'm so grateful that you've joined me for this conversation. Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Schools of Excellence podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the 5 reasons why you should invest in yourself and the number 1 reason leaders don't. You see, investing in yourself is very scary because now you actually have to take a bet on yourself. You can't make the excuses of, well, this is why my life isn't working out for me, and this is why this isn't working. Investing in yourself is one of the scariest things you can do and one of the most valuable things. A lot of times we think of investments in terms of wealth, money, bank accounts, asset, real estate. But what happens when you lose your job, your money, your business, all your assets? The common denominator in all of what's left is you. You are always what you have left. And society, our friends, our family, they all have expectations of what they think is good for us, where they think we should invest. But only you have yourself to trust your decision-making, your confidence. And it's in those hardest of moments when you have to make some really tough calls that the investments that you've made in yourself, in your learning, in your skill, in your confidence level, and your ability to trust yourself is what helps you ride some of life's most difficult challenges. I chat with leaders all the time who tell me things like, I really want this dream, and I really want this, and I really want to build this, and I've got all these things brewing in my head. I have giant goals. And they're like, but I just need to make sure this is going to work. And I just need to make sure this is, and I'm not really sure where the industry is going. So I don't know that I should invest over here. And really what's missing in all of that is understanding your risk tolerance, understanding that investing in yourself is the best, greatest risk and reward at the exact same time. No risk, no reward. So you need to stop looking at investments as consumer from a consumer mindset, but coming from it from the concept of an investor's mindset. What joy, meaning, purpose, skill am I going to get out of this investment? And how is it going to continue to add meaning to my future life? And stop worrying about, am I going to get the exact ROI? Investing in yourself means a lot of different things. Okay, it means learning new things. It means taking intelligent risks. It means stepping out of your comfort zone. It means exploring new opportunities. All of these things. It means setting bigger and higher goals for yourself. How scary is that? All these things are terrifying for women, especially, who believe that they should be pouring into other people all the time. So let's dive into the 5 reasons of why you really need to invest in yourself and why you need to stop approaching things from a consumer mindset. Number 1, your knowledge and your skill set stay with you regardless of the economy. Your knowledge and your skill set stay with you regardless of the economy. The economy can be extremely volatile, but everything that you have, that you've learned, all the skills that you've acquired, always stay with you. In addition to that, the economy might be volatile. And so whatever wealth you do have, you are at the center of all your wealth, which means every decision that you make impacts all of your wealth. Right? I talk about this concept in episode 2 on the Schools of Excellence podcast, the ripple effect. Every decision that you make has a ripple effect. And so pouring into yourself and making yourself more skilled, more knowledgeable, more emotionally intelligent, more resilient, more mentally strong impacts every single area of your life. Even if you're listening to this and you're an employer, right? Let's say you're not the owner. Let's say you're not the CEO. The more skill that you have, the more you can get paid, the more competitive advantage you have. Guys, life changes, people change, businesses evolve. There's no such a thing as job security. You change. You might decide you want a different job. You might decide this thing currently isn't working for you and you need to move suddenly to somewhere else. What do you take with you? Your skills and your knowledge. This is why you want to be training yourself, right? This is also why Schools of Excellence is a training company. We're a training and coaching company. And so in our memberships, in our directors in our circle, in our owners HQ, we train our members on skills and knowledge. I don't teach you guys what to think. I teach you how to think, how to ask questions, how to hunt and acquire skill and knowledge. So that's the first reason why you need to invest in yourself, because the knowledge and skill always stay with you regardless of the economy. Number 2, build your confidence. Okay, build your confidence. Now, let's face it. We've all got head trash that interferes with our success. We've all got stories that we tell ourselves about we are and aren't worthy of what we think we do deserve. We all have different forms of self-sabotage that create barriers between our current state and our future state and what we really want in our life. And one of the things that I know a lot of leaders struggle with, that I speak on a ton on our coaching calls and my strategic advisory calls with our members, is the comparison game. Comparing yourself to other people's success, to other people's mile markers, to other people's what they're doing and how far they've come, and just comparing yourself. We desperately want to feel more confident, and every day we take actions that shoot our confidence. My mentor, Todd Herman, has been a mentor of mine since June of 2016. One of his best quotes are, "Confidence is earned, not learned." If you want confidence, you got to go and earn it. And so investing in yourself builds your confidence, because the first step towards earning confidence is believing that you deserve to have it. Go invest in it. Hire the person, lead the call, do the things that you want to do. That's how you build the reps for success. Confidence is something that you're constantly building. It's not a project. It's Monday morning, 9:00. Now I'm building confidence. Guys, confidence doesn't work like that. When you invest in a program that's committed to training your mind, how to think, how to ask questions, how to show up for yourself, that's how you build confidence. That's how you build a culture of excellence, right? So many times people say things like, "I don't need to invest in that. I already know everything." Or what new thing am I going to learn inside of there? Yes, you need to have discernment around how what and how you use your money and your investment of time and all those things. But more often than not, we're actually need to invest in certain things that are really going to propel us forward. And we're using the excuse of, "I could do this by myself. It's not worth the time. It's not worth the effort. It's too much money. I can't spend that much money on this." And what you're not looking at is the cost of not taking action. What is the cost of not having confidence? What is the cost of not having enough confidence to step up? What is the cost of not having the skills and the knowledge and the expertise and the support and the coaching and the accountability to help get you to the next level? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Not just in school leadership. Guys, this is Schools of Excellence, but this is schools for life, right? Where do you need to make investments? Both financially, emotionally, mentally, with your food, with your spiritual well-being, with your physical well-being. So those are the first two, skill and knowledge. And the second one is building confidence. The third reason why investing in yourself is so powerful is because it builds your network. I don't know which person said this, and so I don't want to give wrong credit, wrong attribution, but there's a great quote called, "Your network is your net worth." And it took me a long time to really get out of the notion that I was surrounding myself with people who weren't challenging me. They were not encouraging me. Quite frankly, they wanted me to stay exactly where I was. They loved that I was a human outputting machine. They loved that I was always there, always stopped what I was doing, always made myself available, stop, drop, and roll in any given moment. It was relatable for them. We had the same struggles. It was great for them, not for me, because it was very scary to let go of that comfort safety nest and go hunt for a different community who can help build me up, who can find the best in me. And this is why the community that I've created in Schools of Excellence is all about bringing leaders together who want the same things. You want to be in a place that has high vibration, high energy, women that want to hold you accountable. Stop feeling alone all the time. Hey there, it's Connie, and I wanted to share with you about my special Build to Last workshop. So last time we did this workshop, we did it in March, and we had over 700 early childhood leaders from all over the world join us. And when I mean from all over the world, I mean as far as India, Australia, all parts of Africa, Canada, the US, Italy. We had some people from Hawaii, Australia. It was amazing. So the reason we're doing it again is because it was such a huge success from the aspect of people got amazing transformational results within the first couple days of this workshop. So I want to walk you through what it's all about and why you should sign up if you are a school leader. So in this workshop, I'm going to be going over the 3 sustainable pillars to build and sustain your school of excellence. Pillar number 1, mindset. Pillar number 2, time. And pillar number 3, culture. And within culture, I'm going to be doing a bonus session with you guys on conflict, how to have difficult and impossible conversations. So this is going to be a 4-day experience where every single day I'm going to be teaching, training, coaching, and advising you guys on all of these different pillars. And what's even more so is I'm going to give you a very special workbook where you're going to be able to take notes, see the exercises, the practices, the prompts, the scripts, all the things that you need. Because in those 4 days, here's what I know. You're busy. You don't have extra time to do a workshop. You don't have extra time to do things that aren't going to deliver a result in your school. And that is why I'm committed to every single minute in this workshop is going to be valuable for you. It's going to give you practical strategies that you can implement right away in your school. So if you're thinking, oh, I would really love to sign up for this, but I don't have time, guess what? It's going to be recorded. So even if you can't show up live, you can get access to the recording within the first week. After that, the recordings are going to go down. And if you're saying, oh, I would really love to join this, but I actually don't even have time to watch a recording, here's what I want to tell you. If you don't have time, this is why you want to be on here, because on day 2, I'm going to be teaching you about effective time strategies and how to focus on key priorities that move your school forward and how to delegate, delete, and outsource anything that doesn't move your school forward. So if you're wondering, or if you're thinking about, goodness, I would love to have more peace of mind. I would love to have more of an ability to focus on the things I need to, build and sustain my school of excellence, build an amazing school culture, build a place where teachers have staff buy-in, where they want to come, where parents see us as professionals, not babysitters, where I have the energy, the focus, the time, the mental space, the resilience, the confidence to trust my decision-making. Guys, this is the place, the Build to Last workshop. So all you need to do is go to chani.me/build-to-last or click the link over here in the show notes, in the description, in the comments, wherever it is, and sign up. And right after you sign up, you're going to get access to an incredible community of people who all want to do this amazing stuff with you. So I can't wait to see you there. Chani.me/build-to-last. Sign up. Can't wait to see you there. All right, take care. When you have a community, when you don't have to spend hours Googling and searching for something, when you have the script, the system, the template, the person, everyone is there ready. All you have to do is tap into it. Right? Because we also have people in our community who don't tap in and leverage the resources. It's all sitting there in front of them, but they don't get it. They don't take it. They don't know how to take something for themselves, how to invest in themselves. There's an amazing parable that I love, and it's told in many different variations, but I'm going to say it in this variation because I think it's so poignant to say right over to here. There's a story of a person who was stuck in a flood, and he needed to climb to the top of his house because the waters were rising. And a boat came by and said, hey, let me help you. He said, no, I'm okay. God's going to take care of me. And the boat left. And then, another boat came by and he's like, no, 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 don't worry. I'm okay. God's going to save me. And then the helicopter came by and he's like, no, 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 it's okay. God's going to save me. And then finally the water drowns the person and he comes up to heaven and he's like, why didn't you save me? I believed in you. You didn't save me. And God says, I sent you 2 boats and a helicopter. You are surrounded by opportunity to invest in yourself, to have community, to have support, to have the motorboat, to have the helicopter. Take it. Take the opportunity and invest in yourself. Believe that you deserve it. Believe it's being sent to you for you to become the best you. Another amazing story with community, I always say community opens financial doors. Truly, truly does. And we had a member in our community. She was in a top tier paying job as a school leader, and life happened. Life moved on. She needed to move and she needed to find a different job. And she reached out to me and she's like, hey, do you know anyone who, lives in this place, who's running a school in this town? And can you help me get a job? And I did. And I connected her with one of the owners there and she landed a very lucrative, amazing job. You don't know where life is taking you. Nobody knows what tomorrow brings. Nobody has 100% certainty on anything. And anyone that promises you 100% certainty, please run in the other direction. Surround yourself with people who want to see you win, who want to see you succeed, who are happy to see you rise up, who are happy to stretch their hand in and say, hey, I got you. Knowing that you aren't alone on the journey is completely different. The journey is completely different. Believe that you deserve to invest in yourself. So that's the 3rd reason. Let's go to the 4th reason. You will originate new possibilities and be more creative. When you invest in yourself, you originate new possibilities and you become more creative. When you're in company with other people who are asking high-level questions, who are challenging the status quo, you step up your game. We have members who just by sitting in community have grown their self-awareness, have helped their school cultures grow tremendously. They've built financial freedom. They've bought the beach house. They're starting side ventures. We all have goals and dreams, but you can't do this alone. So many people tell me, I want new ideas. I want to be more creative. Stop hunting in free Facebook groups and Pinterest. That is not where you originate new possibilities. That is where you get copycat ideas and tips and tricks that are a dime a dozen. Creativity comes from conversation. It comes from intellectually stimulating conversations with other people who want to up level. It comes from challenging your mindset and disrupting your thinking. It doesn't come from a Pinterest board. It comes from something like this, listening to this podcast, and stop believing certain things that you believed until now. So that's the 4th reason. And the 5th one is mental resilience. Mental resilience. When you invest in yourself, you become more resilient, because here's why. Not every investment you make is going to pay off exactly the way it is in your mind, but it's going to pay off exactly the way it needs to be. And you learn how to become resilient. You learn how to say, hey, I'm actually not getting the return that I thought I would. What do I need to do to get where I want to go? How do I need to leverage parts of where the investment right now so that I'm going to be okay? You learn how to pivot, how to be mentally resilient, how to not be a victim of, well, they didn't give me X, Y, and Z, so that's why I didn't grow. No, that's what kids do. Babies do that. Grown-ups make investments, and when they're not seeing it go where it needs to, they raise their hand and say, help. This isn't working out the way that I thought it would. Can you guide me? That's what grown-ups do. Children say, I didn't get what I want. You're a grown-up now. You're listening to this podcast. This podcast is not for children. This podcast is for grown-ups. Grown-ups go to work. Grown-ups have jobs. Grown-ups get paid. And grown-ups need to build emotional resilience. And grown-ups need to understand that what happens in your life is your responsibility. Not everything is your fault, but it is your responsibility to deal with it. And that's the ambiguous part of so many parts of our lives when it comes to resilience. So many people have walked through some horrible, horrible traumas and tragedies that are nothing to do with you or your fault. And then at the same time, it's your responsibility to pick up the pieces and deal with it. And you don't have to do it alone. There is an army of people that are ready to link arms with you and want to help you. You need to be ready to accept it. So let's review the 5 reasons. Number 1, your skills and your knowledge stay with you regardless of the economy. Number 2, investing in yourself builds your confidence. Number 3, investing in yourself builds your network, which builds your net worth. Number 4, when you invest in yourself, you originate new possibilities and become more creative. And number 5, it builds your mental resilience. I know you want at least one of those things. So now let's pivot to the number 1 reason why people don't invest in their self. The number 1 excuse I get. The number 1 excuse I get is, I can't afford it. I don't have the resources, can't afford it. Let me tell you why that's actually not the reason. That's the excuse. You have a lot of resources around you. You're afraid to take advantage of them. You're afraid to believe that you deserve to have something better than what you have now. Growth doesn't just happen. You need to make an intentional plan for growth. The biggest barrier that leaders have is not money. They're afraid to invest in themselves because they don't know if they're worth it. That's the number 1 reason. You don't know if you're worth it. And I don't know if this is going to help you feel like you're worth it, but you are. You are worth it. And the first way to do that is commit to saying, I'm worth it. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to figure this out. And it is acceptable to invest in yourself. Believe that you're worthy of that. Believe it in your heart. Because the other thing to ask yourself is, what happens if you don't invest? Does everything really stay the same? It rarely does. Does it get better on its own? Rarely does. And guess what? That's a risk. Not investing yourself is a risk you're taking. You're risking that things will get better on their own. You're risking that you could figure this out on your own. It's a risk. Choose the risk. Is it really less risky to try to figure it out on your own? Why? Because there's no financial component involved? What is the cost of 6 months to a year of not investing in yourself and learning the skills and holding yourself back? The other thing that leaders struggle with is they can't fathom spending money on themselves. They look at price points and they're like, oh my God, that's my whole professional development budget. I should spend that on all my teachers. Why are your teachers more worthy of you? They're not. Just easier to put the money on someone else because then the accountability has to be on someone else. I put this money into you guys. Now I need to hold you accountable to it. And you're scared of accountability. You're scared to hold yourself accountable to something. It is. It's scary. I'm not going to lie. It's very scary. But it's also scary to try to do it on your own. It's also scary to walk this path alone. So some questions I want to give you guys to think about is, 1, what will happen if I don't invest in myself? If everything stays the same, right? If you don't invest in yourself, will everything stay the same if you don't invest in yourself? What will happen in your school, in your marriage, in your parenting, in your relationships when you don't invest in yourself? Number 2, what will happen in 5 years if I just wait for growth? Will the growth that you're looking for in your center happen over the next 5 years? And then probably the most important question to ask yourself is, how will I get where I want to go if I choose not to invest in myself? How will I figure out where I need to go and how to get there if I'm not investing in myself? On the next episode of the Schools of Excellence podcast, I'll be sharing my guidelines for choosing a mentor and the questions to ask yourself as you make the next leap. For today, I want to leave you with a couple things. 1, which of the 5 opportunities that I shared with you do you most want for yourself? Do you most want more confidence, more skill and knowledge, a better network, originate more possibilities, mental resilience? What do you want? Come on over to the Schools of Excellence Lounge so we can continue the conversation. So that's my first action step for you. The second thing I want to ask you is, are you registered for our 4-day workshop called the Build to Last workshop? It's my free 4-day workshop all about how to build and sustain your school of excellence. I'm going to be walking you through how to lead with confidence and trust your decision making, how to have difficult conversations and lead with empathy and accountability, and how to do that without sacrificing your quality of life. So make sure you sign up and register for this amazing workshop. The link is in the show notes. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for believing that you deserve to invest 20 minutes of your time to become a better leader. And I hope you continue to join us week after week and tune into the podcast. Thanks for joining. If you are loving the Schools of Excellence podcast and have gotten any value out of it for your school, I would love if you can do 2 things for me. 1, subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. And 2, can you please leave us a review? Reviews help other school leaders know that this is the place to learn how to build a school of excellence. And I would be so grateful if you can do that for us. Your help and support makes this show to be able to be listened by the thousands of other school leaders all around the world. Thanks so much for listening, for giving us your time and attention each and every week, and I appreciate that you have joined us.
If your accountant has ever told you to cut back on professional development or slash your teacher appreciation budget or your staff development budget just so you could stay afloat, or has told you, hey, you probably can't go invest in that program, please listen. The problem is not that you're spending too much money on your people or yourself or your investment or your support system. It's that your school has invisible money leaks that are draining your profit, leaks that no spreadsheet will ever catch or accountant. So I created the 6 money leaks of schools that show you the 6 core areas that schools lose money every single month without realizing it. If you close even one of them, your profits will start to soar without sacrificing your team. Go get it now and stop blaming the things that are actually building your school.